In 2007, near Tulum, Mexico, divers exploring the depths of Hoyo Negro, a large underwater chamber within the Sac Actun cave system, stumbled upon an ancient secret. They made the groundbreaking discovery of the skeleton of a young woman, now known as Naia. The underwater chamber they found her in is called a cenote, and it's been submerged since the last ice age, preserving not only Naia's remains, but also the bones of long-extinct animals we normally only know from fossils. Little did they know this discovery would change everything we thought we knew about early human migration. Welcome to the Mysteries of Latin America, where we dive into the myths, legends, history, and mysteries from Mexico's northern border to the southern tip of Argentina and across the Caribbean islands. On this program, I tell stories so that those of us who have roots in the region know a little more of what we're all about, and also so those that don't have these roots know more of what makes up our cultural DNA. My name is Andrew Colon, and today we uncover an incredible discovery that's reshaping our understanding of human history. Let's get started, friends. Let's go meet Naia. On March 6, 2007, a team of expert divers, part of a joint project between Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, INAH, and the National Geographic Society, embarked on an expedition to explore the submerged caves of the Yucatan Peninsula. The expedition aimed to map and document the underwater cave systems of the region, known as cenotes, which are natural sinkholes filled with water. These cenotes have long been a source of fascination for scientists and explorers due to their archaeological and paleontological significance. How many times do you think I had to try saying paleontological? During one of their dives, though, in the Hoyo Negro cenote, and for those of you who don't speak Spanish, Hoyo Negro means black hole in English, in a cave located in the Sac Actun cave system, the team stumbled upon a large bell-shaped underwater chamber. As they descended into the chamber, they made a remarkable discovery: a nearly complete skeleton of a teenage girl about 50 meters or 164 feet down at the bottom of the cenote. And if that wasn't surprising enough, they also found the bones of several extinct megafauna, including saber-toothed cats and giant sloths. So you get an idea of the size of these animals. The cat, called a smilodon, would have been about the same size as an adult modern-day jaguar, and those 8-inch long fangs were no joke. But the cat paled in size compared to the giant ground sloth remains found. A giant sloth back in the day could grow as long as 6 meters, 20 feet, and weighed roughly the same as a large pickup truck. But back to the divers. When the divers found these historical treasures, they carefully documented and photographed the site, realizing the potential significance of their find. The explorers named the teenage girl Naia after the Greek mythological figures, the Naiads, who were water nymphs. The name was chosen because her remains were found in an underwater cave, and the name Naia reflects her connection to water. We'll never know what her real name was. The discovery of her remains was especially exciting because it promised to provide valuable insights into the lives of some of the earliest inhabitants of the Americas. Her skeleton was so remarkably well preserved, it would later undergo very detailed analysis and study, which would reveal mind-blowing results. As the evidence unraveled, it would rewrite chapters of history that were long considered closed. Later expeditions and research, led by a team of archaeologists, paleontologists, and geneticists, confirmed that Naia's remains dated back over 12,000 years. DNA analysis revealed a genetic link between Naia and modern-day Native American populations, supporting the theory that the first Americans migrated from Siberia across the Bering Land Bridge. Also called the Beringia Land Bridge, the land bridge was a vast expanse of land that emerged during the Ice Age when sea levels were significantly lower, because large areas of the Earth's surface were covered in thick sheets of ice, leading to lower sea levels and changes in climate and landscapes. This land bridge spanned the Bering Strait, connecting northeastern Asia, modern-day Siberia, with northwestern North America, what we know today as Alaska. This would have been how Naia's ancestors would have crossed. But what does it all mean? The answers are not just in the bones, but in the secrets hidden in these cenotes for thousands of years. But what are cenotes? In the Yucatan Peninsula, we really don't have above-ground rivers. What we do have is limestone bedrock that's really porous and erodes easily, so rainwater seeps directly into the ground instead of forming surface rivers. The Yucatan's water systems are largely underground, forming a network of underground rivers and what are called cenotes. Cenotes are natural sinkholes and cave systems that are the primary reservoirs of fresh water in the area that result from the collapse of that limestone bedrock and expose the groundwater underneath. The word cenote comes from the Mayan language, especially from the Yucatec Maya term sonot, which means well or sacred well. For the Maya, cenotes were considered sacred places and were often associated with spiritual rituals and offerings. With over 6,000 of these cenotes in the peninsula, each one has unique stories and significance. The Hoyo Negro cenote near Tulum is helping bridge the gap in the understanding of early human migration to the Americas, with direct evidence linking ancient populations to modern ones and offering insights to the lives, health, and genetic makeup of early settlers. The story of Naia isn't just scientific, but it's deeply cultural and spiritual. For the local Maya communities, cenotes like Hoyo Negro, where Naia was found, are integral to their spiritual practices and beliefs. The Maya, whose civilization thrived in the Yucatan Peninsula and surrounding regions from about 2000 BCE to the Spanish conquest in the 16th century, viewed cenotes as portals to the underworld and places where they performed rituals and offered sacrifices to their gods. Finding Naia, who lived around 13,000 years ago in one of these sacred cenotes, reinforced the cultural and spiritual significance of these sites. It not only connected the Maya to their ancient past, but also bridged the gap between their ancestral heritage and their beliefs today. And for those of you who still believe the Maya disappeared, you may want to visit us here on the peninsula somewhere, and then you'll know they never left. The discovery highlighted the cenote's role as a link between the physical world and the spiritual realm, deepening the Maya's connection to their historical and spiritual roots. But did Naia's presence there signify that maybe she didn't just fall into a hole, but was buried there? There is a possibility that Naia was buried in the Hoyo Negro cenote as part of a burial ritual, and that theory is supported by several pieces of evidence. Cenotes were sacred to the Maya, as we've said before, and Naia's deep placement in the cenote could suggest intentional placement. The presence of extinct megafauna alongside her could imply a ritual significance. Of course, there are alternative explanations, like accidental death or natural accumulation, but they're considered less likely. While there's no definitive proof and it's still being studied, the evidence leans towards a ceremonial burial, reflecting the cultural importance of cenotes to the Maya back then, much like they still are today. The discovery of Naia in the extinct megafauna in Hoyo Negro has significantly advanced the understanding of early human migration, life, and interactions with the environment in the Americas. This game-changer of a discovery is now a cornerstone in the study of prehistoric human life in the New World, and it was made possible largely by the technology and analysis we have today. Radiocarbon dating of Naia's bones determined that she lived around 12 to 13,000 years ago. DNA analysis of Naia's teeth revealed a clear link between ancient Paleo-Americans and modern Native Americans, confirming that the first humans to populate the Americas likely originated from Asia. Analysis of Naia's bones showed that she was between 15 and 17 years old when she died. Analysis of her bones also showed evidence of nutritional stress, common in early populations with the harsh living conditions they endured. By analyzing the bones of the animals found with her, scientists have got a better idea of the ecosystem and climate of the time when Naia lived. And by analyzing Naia's bones through a process called isotope analysis, scientists determined that she ate mostly plants and animals, with little evidence of marine food in her bones, suggesting she lived more inland. Naia's discovery challenged existing theories about the settlement of the Americas. You see, before this finding, it was believed that humans arrived in the Yucatan Peninsula around 9,000 years ago. Naia's nearly 13,000-year-old remains push this timeline way back, suggesting settlement thousands of years earlier. This shift in the timeline indicates that humans were present in the region much earlier than previously thought, leading scientists to reevaluate the patterns of migration and routes taken by the first Americans. The advanced age of Naia's remains also provides valuable genetic data, linking ancient populations to modern Native Americans, offering deeper insights into the origins and movements of early human societies in the New World. With Naia's story, we find more than just bones and artifacts. We discover a bridge between the past and the present, myth and reality. Her remains not only provide a crucial link to our ancestors, but also ask us to ponder the mysteries that are still lying hidden beneath the surface. What other secrets do the cenotes hold? What other stories are they waiting to tell us? Scientists, researchers, and explorers believe that the Sac Actun cave system where Hoyo Negro is likely holds many more ancient human remains, artifacts, and extinct animal fossils that could reshape our understanding of early human history. The challenges are that the Sac Actun cave system is over 227 miles long. That's 365 kilometers. At least that's what we think. And it's an absolute maze of underwater caves and passages. The low visibility and strong currents in some sections make exploration especially difficult and dangerous. But even with that danger and difficulty, explorers from the Great Mayan Aquifer Project and Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History are mapping and studying the system's water quality, archaeological discoveries, and seeing how it might connect to other underwater cave systems near Tulum, south of us here in Cancun. So as far as the cave system is concerned, we'll say that as far as more discoveries, that's going to be a to be continued. So why did I include the story of the discovery of Naia, a saber-toothed cat, and a giant sloth in this latest addition to the Vault of Storytelling podcasts and the Mysteries of Latin America? I think that what this discovery means to science and history, it was a no-brainer and a proud addition to the over 50 episodes we have waiting for you. All you need to do is follow or subscribe, depending on how you're hearing this, and you'll never miss an episode. Friends, I thank you for listening, and I send a warm gracias to all of you from Cancun. My name is Andrew Colon, and this has been The Mysteries of Latin America. Adios.